This video is brought to you by MyFitnessPal, the #1 nutrition tracking app.
So, you're hitting the gym hard, right? Well, your nutrition has got to match that effort. And today, we're going to break down exactly how to track your macros to fuel some real muscle growth. We're turning your diet from just a guessing game into a powerful tool for bulking.
I mean, that's the whole point, isn't it? Gaining weight? That's easy. But bulking, that's a science. It's all about strategically building quality muscle mass and keeping that fat gain to a minimum.
And the secret to that strategic growth, it lies right here with these big 3 macronutrients. You know, understanding and tracking them is what separates a truly successful bulk from just spinning your wheels in the kitchen. So yeah, we're basically giving you the complete playbook. We're going to walk you through step by step exactly how to set up, track, and tweak your macros in MyFitnessPal so you can finally get the results you're working so hard for in the gym.
First things first, let's talk about why this is so darn important. Getting the right balance of macros is absolutely crucial. Seriously, it's how you give your body enough fuel to actually grow without just packing on a bunch of unwanted fat. Think of it as your nutritional blueprint.
Okay, so let's get to know our players here. We're going to meet your macros. According to registered dietitians, each one of these, protein, carbs, and fat, plays a totally unique and essential part in your body's ability to build muscle.
First up, protein. Just think of protein as the literal building blocks for your body. I mean, after you train, your muscles are broken down, and protein provides those raw materials, the amino acids, to repair all that damage and, you guessed it, build them back bigger and stronger. Oh, and it also helps keep you feeling full, which is a nice little bonus.
So here's the pro tip. It's not just about how much protein you eat, but also when and what kind. You want to spread those high-quality sources throughout your day. That way, you're creating this constant stream of amino acids for your muscles, which really maximizes the window for repair and growth, instead of, just flooding your system once or twice. Next up, we've got carbohydrates. Okay, these are your high-performance fuel. Simple as that. Carbs give you the energy to push harder, lift heavier, and really train with the kind of intensity you need to actually stimulate muscle growth. They're what restocks your muscle's energy stores, so you're good to go for the next session.
Now, complex carbs should be your foundation for that nice, steady energy. But here's a little pro tip for bulking. When you've got to hit those super high-calorie targets, trying to do it all with just brown rice can leave you feeling, well, stuffed. And that's where some simpler carbs can actually be a really smart tool to get the calories in without all that discomfort.
And last but not least, we have fats. And listen, they are far from being the enemy. Dietary fats are absolutely vital for your hormonal health. They play a huge role in producing hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, which, as you probably know, are critical drivers for muscle gain. And here's the secret weapon fats have for bulking: calorie density. At 9 calories per gram, fats pack more than double the calories of protein or carbs. This makes healthy sources like avocados and nuts an incredibly efficient way to hit your calorie surplus without feeling like you have to eat massive mountains of food all day long.
All right, enough of the science stuff. Let's get practical. We're jumping right into the MyFitnessPal app to turn all this knowledge into your own personalized targets. This is where the rubber meets the road.
And honestly, setting this up is super simple. You're just going to tap through 4 quick screens, from more on the dashboard to goals, and then right into your nutrition settings. This is the spot where you'll plug in your total calorie goal and, most importantly, dial in those exact macro percentages we're about to talk about.
This donut chart right here, it shows a fantastic starting point for pretty much everyone. A really common and effective split for bulking is heavily weighted toward carbs for all that energy, a strong protein base for growth, and then just enough fat to keep those hormones happy. This is your baseline.
And here's where those percentages become real food on your plate. So, on a 2,500 calorie plan, for example, that split translates to some very specific gram targets: 150 grams of protein, 344 grams of carbs, and 55 grams of fat. These are the actual numbers you'll be aiming for each day.
Okay, so with your targets locked and loaded, the real work begins. And the magic, really, is in that daily check-in, consistently tracking what you eat and seeing how it stacks up against the goals you set.
And the great thing is, MyFitnessPal makes this incredibly easy. After you log your food, you just pop over to the Nutrition tab. You can see a pie chart of your macros for the day, and with a simple tap, you can switch over to a week view to see how consistent you've been over time. It's all right there, super clear.
Okay, let's talk about something real. Inevitably, you might hit a plateau. Progress isn't always a straight line up.
So what do you do when you're putting in the work, but the scale or your strength just isn't moving? Let's troubleshoot this.
So, if this sounds like you, hey, don't get discouraged. This is a totally normal part of the process. The key is just to systematically figure out what needs a little adjustment.
So let's run through a little diagnostic checklist here. First, be honest with yourself about accuracy. Are you just eyeballing portions or are you actually weighing your food? If that's all good, then look at your macro split. Next up, is your training intense enough to actually create a demand for new muscle? And then think about time. Have you been consistent for at least a few weeks? If you can check all those boxes, the answer is often the simplest one. It's probably time to just add a few more calories.
Look, we can talk about perfect macros all day long, but none of it, and I mean none of it, matters without the single most important factor, consistency. Lasting results come from the habits you build, not from short-term sprints. So these are the key practices that will make your progress actually stick.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. Your mission is to live in a slight calorie surplus, about 10 to 20% above your maintenance. Your absolute non-negotiable is hitting that protein target every single day. Then you can use carbs and fats as your energy levers. And finally, let the weekly data, your weight trends versus what you've been eating, be your guide for making small, smart adjustments. That is the entire feedback loop right there.
So there you have it. You now have the complete nutritional blueprint for building muscle the right way. The plan is all laid out. The tools are in your hand. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more insights brought to you by MyFitnessPal, the #1 nutrition tracking app.